Onyer Bike in Aylesbury, and I'm here with the lovely Lainey.
Yeah.
It's Ladies' Day, and we're going to be doing a bit of a feature on women and wasps, women in biking. And so I've been looking for willing ladies, and I found one. So this is Lainey.
Hi.
Lainey, so tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, I'm ex-forces. I was in the army for just under 6 years. I'm now a legal PA for law firm in Bishop Stortford.
Right.
I started riding bikes about 2.5 years ago, and then passed my test last year.
Fantastic. So what was the draw? Why motorbikes?
Well, I've been pillion on a few people's bikes. I mean, first of all, somebody said to me, you know, you need to do an ambo. And I said, what's that? And they said, come on the back of the bike. I went, no way. Absolutely no way. But I did, and I got bored. I want to see in front. What's it like? You know, I want to do it myself. So, yeah, 1 December 2020, I did my CBT. Promptly fell off.
Right.
Straight into a puddle. Badly bruised, but got straight back on and passed.
So you passed the test first time?
No.
All right.
I did my Mod 1 5 times.
Right.
Found it very difficult, but I didn't give up. My Mod 2 3 times.
Right, okay.
But yeah, passed it and never looked back.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
So we've got two groups here. We've got the Triumph Owners Motorcycle Club of Milton Keynes. We're the biggest Triumph club in the world. We've got 360 members. But we also belong to a ladies group called South Evolution.
So Michelle, how long have you been riding?
So I've had my full licence since July, but I've ridden on and off since I was 9.
Right, okay.
So I started pillion when I was 9 with my dad, fell in love with it.
Right.
He got me on a dirt bike and I started off-roading. I then had children and gave up for a long time.
Right.
And then recently thought, kids are older, it's time to get back into it.
So
and
what were
do
your
it for
kids'
me.
attitudes to, you know, mum getting on a bike?
They love it. So
oh, right, okay.
Yeah, so my son comes out on the back with me now.
Right. How old is he?
He's going to be 17 in June.
Right.
And he's about to go on to a 125,
right.
starting on a 50.
That's quite a thing for a 17-year-old
I
boy.
know.
Going out on the bike with mum.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I've got some mum points.
Yeah. Oh, really good.
Yeah,
really
but
good.
I'm probably newest to like big biking and
yeah. So what bike do you ride now then?
a Ducati Monster.
Okay. Love it. Proper biking. And what's your biking story? How long have you been on two wheels?
I used to go pillion a lot with my other half for quite a while, and then I went on holiday around Holland and Belgium, so I went to the MotoGP pillion, and I thought this would be so much better if I had my own bike. So I started on a 125, did that for about 2 years, did my licence in 2017. Got a Suzuki Gladius, joined Evolution Motorcycle Club, Women's Motorcycle Club. Now I've got an MT-09, so do a lot of touring as well and a lot of like day rides.
Yeah. Kathy.
Hi.
Hi. Tell us a little bit. I've just heard that you've ridden in Nepal and.
Yes, I did a bike tour in Nepal.
Right.
And rode from Kathmandu to Pokhara, and then from Pokhara up to Muktinath.
Right. So how long have you been riding?
I've been riding for nearly as many years as Janet,
right.
which is 40 odd something years.
Right.
Passed my test when I was 17.
Right.
Joined the Saltbox Motorcycle Club down at Biggin Hills, a really
right.
old club, and really got into it from there.
What are your sort of feelings on people's attitudes to female bikers these days?
I think it's encouraged. I think now people are putting on events like this. Last year we took part in the world's largest bike meet. It was a world record to
right.
show suppliers and manufacturers that there are a lot of women in biking, because we only get 9% of the clothes. Most of the bikes probably don't match our heights, because you've got
right.
obviously women who are shorter than men. So that was put on. That was held at Triumph in Hinckley to show
yep.
how many women there are in biking. And Great Britain holds the record for that because, like for me, when I buy a bike, I will buy maybe 2 outfits to go with that bike, where my husband will just have 1 outfit that will go with every bike.
Right.
And we were there saying, look to the manufacturers, why aren't you bringing out more ladies' range? You go into a shop, for example, here it's a tiny range, and they're almost sort of proud of the fact they've got a range for women.
Right.
So we are growing, and you need forward-thinking manufacturers to get on board and realise it's a market out there for us.
What would you say to women kind of contemplating getting into biking?
My own personal story was I did it when my husband decided to learn to ride. I thought, I'll go along and do it with him. I had no idea when I went that bikes had gears. I thought they were twist and go. So when I turned up, I had no idea. I would say it was the hardest thing I've ever done, but without a doubt the most rewarding thing I ever did, because it opened up a whole new world to me. I've just got back from a tour in Normandy. I was the only lady biker there, and it would be great to have more female company. But I spend most of my weekends doing this, most of my evenings going to club meets. I'm a girly girl, I like nice clothes, and you're seeing the stereotype changing, I think, of what people think women bikers are. Yeah. And it's a huge market.
Biker cars, everybody.
Hello.
So, biker cars.
Yes.
Tell our viewers all about biker cars. Who are you?
I'm a writer. I ride bikes. I write about bikes. I get bikes from manufacturers to ride and review, clothing. But I do lots of touring. I write about my biking really, and tours. Yeah.
So what's your story? How did you get into biking?
Always been into bikes, but I was never allowed a bike. So I went pillion with a friend for a couple of years, and then I decided I wanted to ride. Came home and said to hubby, I want to ride, and he said, no, you're not. It's too dangerous. So
I thought this was great. I read this on your website in the week. I was laughing my head off.
So I did what any normal petrol head girl would do, and I went and did my CBT and bought a bike without telling him.
Brilliant.
And I just came home and I was riding.
So what was his reaction when...
He wasn't too pleased, but
But you're still together, right?
Yeah. I passed my test 6 months later, and then 6 months later he passed his. So
you beat him to it.
Yeah.
Love
so
it.
I got him into bikes. So Yeah. But
very good.
But my only regret is that I didn't do it sooner.
So I've been asking a lot of the ladies around. What are your experiences as a woman in terms of people's attitudes to you as a woman biker? From other women as well as the blokes.
It's got better over the years. When I first started out, my most asked question was, or is, what bike have I come on the back of?
Right.
I get asked that less and less now. Men are more accepting of women bikers now, which is good.
Right.
But the ladies and the biking community has always been open, welcoming. It's definitely. I think men see it as we're treading on their toes a little bit because it's their
masculine domain.
Yes. But I like to think we can all be part of a big community. I don't think it matters now really who you are and what you ride. It's the fact that you're riding.
Yeah. 100%.
And that's more and more what I get a feel of now.
Right.
Which is good.
So there's a lot of people would say, "Oh, you would never get me on a bike. It's too dangerous." How have you found that aspect of biking? I mean, have you had any nasty moments?
Yeah. I've come off a few times. I've fallen off a few times. I've come off a few times, but you get back on. Everything you do is dangerous. Crossing the road is dangerous. You just got to take all the precautions that you can. Wear the right gear. Be aware of your surroundings. Allow for other people on the road.
That was very polite.
Yes. You're in control of the bike. You decide how fast you want to go, and you ride your own ride. But everything you do, in all walks of life, there is an element of danger, and you just got to do what you want to do, what you feel passionate about, and take all the precautions that you can.
Well, Biker Kaz, thank you very much. Where can people find you?
You can check out my website, bikerkaz.com, or I'm on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram.
Lovely. Thank you very much.
Thank